You're going to see why solo training is 300 times better for mastering individual throws, and why solo training is the solution to really mastering your throws, to be able to use them in randori and competition and self-defense against heavier guys, impressing your sensei, showing up to class all of a sudden with some new tricks you've been working on at home from listening to Joey Gonzalez's YouTube channel. Let's get into it. Back when I first started judo, I was naturally talented, so I progressed rather quickly, and I was literally hitting uchimata in my first competition, which was literally 5 months into starting judo. But later down the line, around green belt level, that's kind of when I hit a plateau due to lack of consistency, not having consistent training partners. I was really feeling like I was falling behind, and I low-key was. Like, I could have gotten way better during that time if I was just way more consistent and dialed in with my whole routine. And that led me to building something at home. A way to train my throws, my setups, my rhythm anytime I wanted to, even if I couldn't make class. When my skills really skyrocketed was when I decided to add solo training at home on top of going to the dojo. Most people think you have to go to the dojo and just attend class, do what the instructor says, drill, blah, blah, blah. But if you just follow blindly what everybody else is doing, your skill level is going to be just like everybody else. If the goal is for you to be an advanced level judoka, you have to do what most people are not willing to do, and that's doing extra work on top of going to the dojo. Now, this is something that I developed over the course of maybe 1 to 2 years from just watching my favorite judokas, really deciding which were my main throws I was going to use and just commit to perfecting those over the years. For me, it was osotogari and uchimata. So I bought a grappling dummy and I used resistance bands. That's pretty much it. The beauty of solo training is that you have all the time in the world to work on these 2 to 3 throws. You're not confined to the dojo's time and whatever the instructor decides to teach. Maybe a throw of the week isn't the throw that you are working on, and you're just kind of wasting time in a way. Unless, you know, they do like randori at the end. That's really productive. But with all that time, you should be drilling, getting reps with your main throw, because that's the throw you're going to use anyways. And that's why I'm so attached to solo training. Especially, I highly recommend people get a grappling dummy, because this has allowed me to get multiple reps to the point of mastery with my main throw. In this case, uchimata and osotogari. Over the years, I've just been able to do my solo training 2 to 3 times a week, and these are the only throws that I do. And thanks to this, I'm able to land them more when I'm fighting. I'm doing randori. I can throw more people. And I really feel confident in my skill ability because it's been sharpened from solo training all this time. Another point of confidence it gives me is I know the quote that says, if you want to be better than everybody else, you have to be willing to do more than everybody else. So I go to the dojo and I do my solo training on top of that. Well, most people, all they do is just go to the dojo. If you want to be advanced, you have to do both, guys. Whenever I step on the mat, people notice. I look like a judoka. I fight with style. My throws land cleaner. My fighting style is sharper. Even my cardio and strength are synchronized to my judo movement when I'm doing randori, when I'm fighting. I'm not even competing, but I fight like somebody who does. Why? Because my training is like somebody who competes. If you want to be as good as somebody who competes, you got to train like that. So I'm landing more uchimatas and osotogaris. It's no rocket science. Why do you think? Because these are the throws that I literally drill so freaking much on my free time. And it goes deeper than just technical solo training. I also do like judo specific weight training and, general like bodybuilding slash strength training to really back up my judo skills. I believe strength and muscle is the backbone for good athleticism in general. I'm doing this one in particular, which is a sled push, which really helps me for my osotogari push, because you need to really push that chest-to-chest action to off-balance your opponent. But anyways, I'm not making this up, man. Solo training, it's just logical. Just think of it. You're doing like additional fine-tuning of your technique on your own. So when you show up to the dojo, like you have some cool tricks you can flex on the instructor and other people that you've been working on your own, and they're just gonna look at you like, wow, like, did you just come back from the hyperbolic time chamber or what? Guys, there's been so many times where my sensei back in my old club would look at me like, where did you learn that trick? That would be like YouTube. And the point where he was almost like pissed off at me because I wasn't using the dojo. I'm like, you're not teaching me anything. Okay guys, so I do have a one-on-one coaching program where I coach serious grapplers who are kind of like at the intermediate level, who want help developing a amazing judo routine, kind of like I have it. It's a link to book a call to see if you're qualified for my one-on-one mentorship. Now this is only for judokas who are serious about reaching that advanced level. You've been following me for a while, you've been liking my methods, you've been trying them, getting some results, but you need some help on the implementation. Maybe you can't really balance, work, training in the gym with your solo training, with the grappling dummy and the bands. You just kind of want like a more personalized plan, getting the thinking part out of it. That's where I come into play. That's exactly what I do with my clients. I give them personalized plans to improve on their 2 to 3 throws max. I'm very much of a minimalist, so I don't overwhelm my clients or myself at all with like a bunch of different wacky exercises in the gym and on your own. 2 to 3 throws max, because that's, if you look at the pros, that's really all they're good at, is just like 2 throws. So you want to be the best, you got to mimic the best. So if that's you, only if you're serious and you're ready to invest into your grappling development, first link in the description. I'll see you there.